What's going on, YouTube? You're tuned in to the No Level Cap podcast, and this week we're looking at our most anticipated games for the rest of 2025.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the No Level Cap podcast with all your friendly neighborhood black nerds, where we cover all the anime, all the gaming, all the nerd culture stuff, absolutely zero the BS. Back with a new episode every Monday morning. I am your host, Sage Ashford. These are my co-hosts, Rakeem Beck, Devin Butts, Will Coleman, and Terrence Flowers. This week, like Terrence said, we're back to talking about video games, and there are 5 months left in the year, so, we got less ahead of us than we do behind us as far as the year goes, but there are still plenty of video games coming, so we wanted to get together and discuss all the games we're excited about the most for the rest of the year. There are actually quite a few. We've got 15 games. I actually have some games that didn't make the list from my list. We did 3 each. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, dang. But I guess it's always been like this, that, the back half of the year is always stuffed with games. Not as much as it used to be back in the day, but still you get a lot of video games in the fall season, and that's where, obviously where we're headed towards. So let's get started. Will, tell us about your first pick.
My first pick, we gonna go with Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. I am looking forward to this as a fan of the series as a whole. I started playing the series from a demo disc long time ago, played Hot Shots Golf, and I just kind of fell in love with it. And I usually just didn't mess with golf anyways, but playing Hot Shots really kind of pulled me into it. And then I started finding different golf games all across the way, from Cyber Tiger. I never did play the EA ones. I never did play those because that just wasn't my cup of tea. I liked how Hot Shots look. And to get a little quick differentiation for everybody, Everybody's Golf and Hot Shots Golf, one and the same. Everybody's Golf is just what it's called in Japan. So, yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Well, today I've taught something today.
This makes a lot of sense now, because I've been playing Everybody's Golf last year, and I was like, this reminds me of Hot Shot.
Yeah. It's the same series, man. So just to let everybody know, everybody is Japan, Hot Shots is us. But it's such a good thing to finally see this series back in. We had Everybody's Golf on the PS4, and it lasted for some time, but then they cut the online services to the game, so you can't play online with your friends no more on that game. So, but now we have a brand new one. As you can see, we got characters, customization, new courses, and of course we gonna get Pac-Man.
A guy named Cougar in this game. Oh wait, Pac-Man is in this game.
Yeah, I think that's like a bonus if you order the game early. If you get the pre-order, you're gonna end up getting Pac-Man as a golfer in the game, so you can use him. So I'm ready for this to come out, because this is just gonna be fun, and I think this will be a great time for people to play with your friends online, especially if you just don't fuck with golf in general. This is a good way to play a golf game, so you don't have to go and buy the Tiger Woods PGA Tour. So come play this here, and shout out to Bandai Namco for actually getting it going, which is really weird to me because I'm so used to this being a Sony property thing.
This is that's right. This was a Sony property thing. What the hell happened?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. Truthfully, I've been meaning to look into it ever since I found out Namco actually got word to it. So I'm like, all right,
this is probably the most ethical way to play golf. So I'm glad that people are getting into golf like this. I always find it fun when golf games come out that are cartoony. And actually, now that I think about it, this is probably one of the only sports games that still gets cartoony type games instead of the Sims. Because you get Mario Golf.
Oh yeah, Mario Golf.
And then you get this pretty regularly. I think Mario Golf comes out once a generation. And am I right about that?
I think so. Yeah, you'd be right about that. Yeah, it comes out once a generation.
That usually you get maybe 1 or 2 a generation.
That sounds about right.
Because Strikers is the one that only came out on GameCube and then went away forever and then came back on Switch, right?
Yeah.
I think Strikers was
that was a soccer game.
Right, the soccer game. And then Mario Golf, that comes out pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get Mario Golf and you get Everybody's Golf, and that's I'm surprised. Like they managed to keep that. Every other sports game is like, hey man, it's Sims or nothing.
This game got hella content.
Yeah, it does seem like it's got a lot of variety to it. Let's go. This will probably be like a little sneaky hit.
Yeah,
man,
I pray it is, man.
I freaking love this series.
Man, me too. Real talk. About a year or two ago, I think me and Devin just bought everybody's golf, and we bought golfing with friends. We spent the whole weekend, like 3 days straight, playing golf games against each other. The whole weekend. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I love this.
Well, I think you'd have messed up. I think I might get this. This looks solid, bro. I've been waiting. I've been kind of itching for this. I ain't gonna lie.
Ever since I played this on PS1, I think it was Hot Shots Golf 2. I was hooked from there. Like this. And I don't really like golf like that, but it's just a fun game.
Bro, they still showing new modes.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Survival
it's a lot.
World Tour,
Dokkan
challenge modes.
Like,
I'm like, all right.
Live out your Rising Impact dreams. All right, well, what's your next game?
My next game, we're going to talk about Neon Inferno. This right here, I believe, is more of an indie game. And it's
so good, Will.
I appreciate you. But I recently played the demo for this, and I have to say, I love the way this game looks. I love this style of game. It just makes me think of like a lot of those older running gun games. It makes me think of stuff like, Contra, not Wild Arms, Wild Guns. That's the game I'm thinking of. It makes me think of those, and I just love that. And seeing that it's also a 2-player game, I think that would be really cool to get along with someone, especially if you got I think it's going to be on Steam, so you probably can't do the Steam remote play with this. So I think that would be fun. I love the noir cyberpunk vibe of it. And I played it. It has those difficulty settings. It has one called arcade, which is literally like, hey, once you get into this game, you got to go through this on that one coin. Like you literally walked into the arcade, put your coins in, and said, "I'm gonna play," and you're gonna get in there. and if you don't finish, you got to start from the top again. So I'm looking for it. I mean, it's a choice. You don't have to play.
That was the downside to arcades in the first place. That if you fucked up, it was like, hey man, you ain't got no coins. Too bad, bitch. Start from the beginning or stop playing or some shit like that. Man.
I mean, yeah, but I'm ready for it to come out. I think it's dope. I think Zenobia has a hit on their hands with this one, with it being such an old school style game. It's gonna be awesome to see. I hope people actually sit down and play it. I want to see some playthroughs and I want to see some speed runs. That's what I really want to see from this. I hope some speed runs come out of this.
Well, I mean, looks cool. Running community, they come out for it. Yeah, it does look really cool. Very stylish, stylistic, like smart, like 80s style type shit. It feels like an old school 80s action movie. So,
yeah, got like a City Hunter vibe a little bit.
It's really cool to see all these like the run and gun, the beat 'em ups, like all those old 2D style games coming back.
That definitely came back. It's made a full resurgence.
This game is fire. I played a demo too, Will, and I've been having my eye on this one too. It's fun. Like it reminds me of Gunstar Heroes, like Gunstar Heroes and Metal Slug.
Yeah, and back then Treasure didn't miss with their game, so.
It's also dope to see Jin Kazama make an appearance in it.
He does look like him, doesn't he?
He does look a bit like Jin. I ain't gonna lie.
If anything, what it also reminds me of is the Astro Boy games on the GBA.
Ooh,
like those games
that was
really
by the
fun.
Gunstar Hero people.
Okay, see that's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well,
that game was fun, Terrence.
Yeah,
and my third game is Ninja Gaiden 4. I chose that one because I'm not gonna lie, it really is the year of the ninja. They did not lie when they said that. They did not lie. Ragebound did well. The Shinobi demo is out for those of y'all that ain't tried it.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna bring
around
that
the
up.
corner. Shinobi's around the corner. I'm sorry, but if you ever wanted to be a ninja, this be the year to do it. Man. So, Ninja Gaiden 4 finally back in the forefront once again. The 2D game did well, and this looking like it could be right on the up and up as well too. Since we hadn't had a Ninja Gaiden game since, not counting this Ninja Gaiden 2 Black remaster. When was the last one we had that just officially came out?
It was 3, right?
3.
Yeah, it was 3 Razor's Edge,
which it was very divisive.
Like the black horse of it, black sheep.
Damn near killed the franchise.
Wait, what about was it Yaiba or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a spinoff. The zombie one.
Yeah, I think that was a spinoff game. That was like PS3 360 era. Yeah, but that was a spinoff game. I was thinking more like mainline, but
I guess that still counts.
Yeah, it does still count. I would say because Hayabusa is in that game. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4. Everything they've shown us of this game has had me hooked. I love the visuals. I love how we got another character to play as a side from Hayabusa. And I'm all for this type of action game that has like a nice difficulty spike, cool action sequences, awesome weapons, and a character that we all know and recognize is finally back into the spotlight of action games again. Ninja Gaiden 4 is probably going to be a hit in my mind. I hope it hits the right people. I hope it does well when it comes out. I'm looking forward to this game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that character action games are back because it feels like for a while it's just been Soulsborne stuff, and you know that's good and well for its audience, but hey man, we need something else too. It's gotten to the point where when people see character action games, they immediately say, "Oh, is it going to be like Souls?" And it's like it shouldn't be the default.
I know,
right?
There's no stamina bar here.
Not an ounce of one.
We just flipping and dipping and doing all the nonsense.
We've gotten to the point where like there's outright rejection for Souls-like games they're showing now.
Yeah,
like, people are like,
to that point.
They are like, no, I'm tired. They just straight up out rejected.
As long as there ain't no slop. I will say that there's a lot of slop sometimes.
But it's just, all of them ain't good.
Yeah, all of them ain't good. No.
You gonna get what's that law called? The law of diminishing returns. Like eventually, you keep getting different titles. One of them gonna suck, and many have already sucked. So
yeah, I mean they can't all be hits. I mean, just like anything of any genre, you know, they can't all be good.
Yeah, they can't all be.
I mean, something must be hidden though, because it's not like I'm a Souls-like fan, but enough of y'all are that I hear about all the Souls games, and I know which ones are doing well and which ones ain't. And they made a Mortal Shell 2. Like, what nobody talking about Mortal Shell 1? What the fuck? Like, that had to have done decently well for them to have made a sequel.
Yeah, it did.
Lords of the Fallen came back. It just redid itself.
That shit was like
redid itself again.
Lords of the Fallen is like Toriko of the Souls-like universe. Like, don't nobody give a fuck about this, but we gonna keep trying to shove it down your throat anyway.
It kind of feels that way sometimes, yeah.
Like, did nobody ask for Lords of the Fallen to come back? Like, nobody was out there like, you know what game I really miss? Lords of the Hell no. Hell no. And they brought it back, and people were still like, no, we told you, we don't miss this game. Because it did the second, like when they remade it, didn't nobody give a fuck then either. So,
yeah.
Then they tried to do the spin on it and go anti-woke, and it's like, all right, but I mean, we still don't care, bro. Oh, next up, Terrence, what's your first game, bro?
All right, the first one should be Shinobi: Art of Vengeance. Like Will said, the demo is out. I'll say this: when this game was first revealed, I was immediately drawn into it because I was like, "Whoa, this game looks good." Yeah, art style goes hard, and if you play the demo, which if you have access to PS5, PC, like it's on all the platforms, go check out this demo if you're into 2D action games, because that demo was very impressive. I played it last night and I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to pick this one up. Not only is the art and animation like top tier, the move set that you get, the different ninja skills, the movement, the platforming, everything just feels really good. And you can tell that the developer, which they worked on Streets of Rage 4, which that one was very well received. You can tell that they put a lot of love into this. I think that this one's going to do quite well. Like Will said, this is the year of the ninja. I hope with Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, with that one being very well received, hopefully Ninja Gaiden 4 is well received. I think this one will also be very well received. It looks good. It plays well. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the ones that will be talked about for best games of this year. I know it sounds like I'm really hyping it up, but that demo really impressed me. And every trailer, like Sega's been doing a lot of promo for this game. Like almost every other week or every week they've released promos showing the art of the game, different levels, different moves, stuff like that. And it's been like short little clips. They released just like little 1-minute videos showcasing like the developers talking about this level, what intent went into behind the design for it, the different moves and everything. It's really cool. So this is going to be one of those games that I think everyone should keep their eyes on for the rest of the year.
Okay. You also forgot to mention, bro, $30, man.
Oh well,
I'm looking at the price tag of it right now, bro. It's $30 coming up.
Yeah.
If you got PS Plus, it's $27.
Yeah.
It is. It's interesting to see Sega reach out and try to do something because, like, Sega's been doing well for itself, but really it's just been Atlas and RGG Studios doing well for them.
Right, yeah.
And so I want to see Sega proper go back and knock it out of the park with some of their own old games. Hopefully the rest of their, Super Game Project, hopefully the rest of that is also really good.
Because this is like the first one of those like big announcements that they made,
I believe so, because
they're
still Crazy Taxi. Well, they made them all at the same time. Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Jet Set Radio, this, and it was one other game.
It was a Streets of Rage game.
Streets of Rage. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see more of those other games. Like I have to imagine potentially at Gamescom. I mean, the Game Awards, we see more from those other games. But I hope that this is the first. I hope this game is as good as it seems to look. Yeah. So at least we'd be off to a good start, and then whatever. If everybody else, whether they hit it out the park or not, at least you got one that was great. So
yeah,
that's true.
Very true.
What's next up for us, bro?
Next one is going to be Hell Is Us. So this one, I will admit, I don't. This is a coin flip. I don't know how this game is going to turn out because there's people who really like this game. They think that the environments, the enemies, the world, and like the lore that they're setting up, they think it looks really cool. And then you have others that think like, it looks a little too boring. They're putting too much emphasis on it not holding your hand or anything like that. Even in this trailer with the audio, if you go and listen to it, they talk so much about how the dungeons are like old school dungeons where you're meant to kind of like figure things out and there's no like quest markers and not holding your hand and everything. They're really putting emphasis on that, and hopefully it pans out for them. I would hate for that to be such a focus in the marketing and it not really work all that well. So we'll see. This is definitely one of those games where it could be really good or it could be really mid. I'm hoping that it's really good. I like the look of it. I like the look of the enemies. It reminds me a lot of Control in terms of how on its surface it doesn't seem like there's a lot going on, but you go deeper and deeper into the game, the more you learn about the world, the different enemy types, the more interesting that it gets. And there's a lot of mystery and intrigue that seems to be going on with the story. That seems to be the focus, that you learn a lot from different NPCs. You learn a lot from going into these dungeons. I do like the landscapes. I like the look of the main character, even though he's very much like a PS3 360 era looking character.
Aiden Pierce looking.
Yeah, he doesn't look distinct, but I don't know. For me, there's something cool about the cloak that he's wearing with the hood over and everything. Like there's a mystery angle to that I personally like, but who knows? He could be the most bland dude ever. That's why I said this game is such a coin flip. I don't have confidence one way or the other. It could I'll put it this way. The best case scenario is this game is like a Lies of P or the first Berserker, where it's not like a super high scoring game, like it's low 80s, but the people who really like the games really like the games. Like, I mean, hey, we have a fan right here in Devin who likes both of those, to my understanding, right? You like Lies of P and First Berserker. You too, Will. You like First Berserker, right?
Yeah, man. First Berserker is like super solid, bro.
Yeah, and that game was only like an 81 or something like that on like OpenCritic and Metacritic, which is also why you shouldn't let critic scores.
That's what enemies look like.
Yeah, which is also why you shouldn't let scores like ultimately dictate how much you should or should not like a game. A lot of this stuff, you need to check it out for yourself and see how you feel about it. And yeah, I like the look of this one. I hope that it turns out well. I know there was some concerns about the combat. I know, Rakeem, you and Devin talked about how some of it felt stiff and not as interesting. And I have seen people online talk about that. That was actually my primary concern. What's that?
That was my primary concern because like the other elements, like the puzzle elements, the adventure, I thought those were all well executed. Like, for instance, like you said, there's been a lot of marketing towards no hand holding. But when I played the game, I was kind of like, okay, there's no hand holding, but is it legible to find areas? And everything I did in that demo when I played it, oh yeah, y'all have a lot of good visual cues and markers and a lot of stuff. And the way the levels were designed, you wouldn't, if you would just have any experience with an adventure game at all, this is fine. I wish they had marketed this game more like an action adventure game with heavy puzzle elements. It feels like almost like how they market like a Souls-like RPG when you watch it. But that's not what the game is. It's an action adventure game with heavy puzzle elements. So it's more about solving puzzles and riddles and figuring out pathways and stuff like that, which that genre is kind of known for. I think that's the most confusing part of the marketing. Yeah, and also probably why the combat doesn't feel like Kazan or those other games, because it's not really that type of game.
Yeah, I agree that a lot of people do think that this is a Souls game, and even though the developers themselves have said it is not a Souls, people still look at it, which kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier, how it feels like now we've gotten to the point where character action games, by default, people just say they're Souls instead of like knowing the difference between the two. All that being said, I will say with the demo, from what I've heard, the developers were taking feedback on the demo, and possibly the demo was like maybe like an early build of the game, and they may have changed quite a bit. I mean, it's not going to like be a night and day difference, but hopefully there's some changes that they made since that demo to maybe make the combat a little bit better. Like maybe the enemies aren't as tanky or spongy. I've heard that complaint as well. Ultimately, we'll see. I'm interested, but I can't guarantee that this is going to be a smash hit. So yeah,
I don't know that this game probably isn't gonna be a smash hit, but if it's one of those solid like 82 on Metacritic type games, and like it hits the audience that it's supposed to hit, I can see it attaining like cult classic status.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like that would be the best case scenario if it is like a Lies of P or First Berserker Kazan, where it's not the highest scoring game, but people that really like it, they really like it. So,
what's your third game?
So, third and last game is going to be The Eternal Life of Goldman. This one I've had on my radar ever since they revealed it earlier this year, I believe at a Nintendo Direct. This one, what's really cool about it, what obviously stands out is the hand-drawn animation. I believe everything in the game is hand-drawn, which is also why it's taken so long for this game to come out. I will give a caveat. I don't know if this game is coming out this year or not. They had it at THQ's recent showcase. They didn't reveal a release date. I thought they would. They did not. So it may not come out this year. It may come out this year. It may be one of those where maybe they'll have another trailer at Gamescom, maybe Tokyo Game Show. Honestly, if they don't put out a release date after Gamescom, I'm just going to assume it might not come out this year. I know indie games, they can drop their dates at any time. I feel like with this one, I think they would do this at a big showcase than just drop the date whenever, just because that's just been the pattern that they've been going for so far. This has showed up at a lot of big showcases. But yeah, obviously this has DuckTales inspiration to it.
It is like a very bleak DuckTales type thing.
Yeah.
It feel like that.
When you watch this trailer and listen to the actual audio, the audio may feel like it doesn't match up to the trailer at all, but what it's doing is it's really setting up, I guess, like the story of this game, where maybe they're building up the main character to being this guy who values like adventure and the thrill of life over like his family in some way. I don't know. There's a lot going on, and it all has me very intrigued. The art design is amazing. Like, just look at this. Like, this looks really cool. Like, look at this. Like, he's jumping. Like, it's like the dimensions are distorted in that, where he's like jumping up and he's like, in a different area but lands in another one. Like, this all just looks really cool gameplay wise. I'm a sucker for platformers and DuckTales. Like, I love the NES DuckTales along with the remaster. I played both of them, really enjoyed them. And they have elements of here where you can upgrade your cane, so there's different stuff you can do other than just bouncing around. But yeah,
I like that.
I'm looking forward to this one. This is one of the ones that I've had on my radar for quite some time. I'm hoping that it's really good. It's one of those that I know it's taking a long time to come out, but hey, when you're doing a ton of hand-drawn animation, time is ultimately the thing that you need the most of. So I'm not going to rush the developers. It would be great to get this year, but if it comes out next year, I totally understand. But yeah, this is one that I think people should keep their eyes on.
You might have sold me on this one.
I like
that
this.
right there. Wow. That looks really damn good.
Yeah, like, this trailer is really good. Like, every trailer that I've seen for this game has wowed me.
Yeah, this game looks incredible.
Game got heart, bro.
Yeah. It's another one of those $30 games.
I'm with it.
Well. Yeah, you can't get too mad at that.
Shoot.
But yeah, Devin, you're up.
All right. First game is, of course, a game y'all have heard me talk about forever and a day. It's been so long since the game was like even saw anything, and now it's finally coming out. Lost Soul Aside.
They just dropped that trailer yesterday.
Yep,
it sure did.
Oh wow.
Yep. I got high hopes for this one. It's looking dope. It's it's got that Final Fantasy 15 vibe, which it was heavily inspired by. Also Devil May Cry, almost I feel like inspired by Chaos Legion as well, because these two characters look similar to the protagonist and antagonist of that game. It's more character action. It's got a lot of flair, as you see, a lot of crazy combos and weapons. And I think this is a trailer where they show like the different weapons and stuff, the specializations. With whatever that thing is that he has with him, I think it like turns into different weapons or something like that. I did hear one concerning thing. Like I was listening to somebody talk about they had played the game, and like, to me, I feel like I would put this in the AAA category, because I mean, especially after you got the backing of Sony, like, and I mean, it looked already crazy when there was the guy that originally just worked on it by himself. But I mean, you put a studio behind Sony, like, you would assume that, especially this looks like something that would be AAA. But I was hearing that it felt more AA. They were talking about animations and certain things. I mean, what I'm seeing looks pretty solid. Again, it's like it's a different thing between just seeing it and playing it. But I mean, what I'm seeing does look pretty solid, and I'm hoping that this game can, live up to my expectations. It looks fire. I mean, I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry. We just saw Ninja Gaiden with Will's picks. It's very similar to that vein of just knocking enemies into the air, comboing them to death, a bunch of crazy flash and stuff like that. And I love those types of games. So the world looks dope. Just the vibe of the game. Again, like I said, it's inspired by Final Fantasy, which is another one of my favorite IPs. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the game does well. It seems like it's gonna be maybe similar to Black Myth, where it's just like focusing on bosses a lot of the times. I mean, there are other enemies, but it seemed like, I don't know if it's going to be as crazy as Black Myth, because Black Myth had like 100+ bosses you could just run into. But yeah, it looks fire. So hopefully this game lives up to my hype for it, and it's a solid game. It'll be out soon. So
this is a Chinese game, right? It's made by a Chinese developer.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
my only concern,
games, I believe.
My only concern with Chinese games is they show them, and then when you actually play them, like, they look amazing, but then when you actually get your hands on them, they don't run as well as you would think they would. I hope that's not a concern with this one, because since this is a character action game, like, this needs to run well at all times.
Black Myth definitely had that problem.
To my understanding, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers had that problem.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. That is the supposedly, because I looked a little bit more into that game, and despite its low score, one of the people that I was like, that initially it said that they didn't think too highly of the game. They did a complete 180 when they played it. Like, they played the preview version, and then when they played the full game, they were like, actually, no, this is one of the best Souls-like games I've ever played. And the main problem that he had with it was that it was like a lot of technical issues, and that was the kind of thing that was holding it back, rather than the game content, story, the play style itself, which is always sad to hear because like, don't let that be the thing that trips you up.
Right.
Like, don't let a great game be tripped up by the fact that it's like glitchy and shit. And I mean that for developers, not like reviewers. Like developers, don't let that be the thing that trips you up. Like, oh, the game is great, but it's poorly optimized. Like, don't have that be the thing. Like, it's so hard to make a good product, and then to mess it up with like optimization is like, come on, man.
That also that's usually like the first sign of like we're getting close to the end of a generation, going to the next two. Like, hey man, we doing everything we can to make this game work, but the optimization just isn't there. That's when the tech needs to start going up too.
I have heard that developers have been having a lot of problems this generation with Unreal Engine 5. It's very hard to get it optimized or like make the performance work. Since I'm not a developer, obviously I don't know like what the disconnect is, but I have heard there's a lot of issues with that.
Any developers watching this, feel free to chime in the comments. Hey, developers watched our stuff before. I'm serious.
That is true, actually. That is true. So. But yeah, I mean, like, it is something about Unreal. Like, there's like a certain kind of stutter in it. I don't know what. Like, I'm obviously not a developer either, so I'm not sure what the issue is. It sucks because Unreal is basically you either use an Unreal, like, really just mostly indie companies use Unity. And if you're not using Unity or Unreal, you basically probably made your own engine.
Yeah.
So it's like most studios just use Unreal. So hopefully they get it in line. I don't know. Maybe we have to wait till Unreal 6. I guess we'll see.
God, just a thought of that.
I mean, they seem to come out every generation, just like everything else. Devin, what's your next game, bro?
Next game is Cronos: The New Dawn. Y'all know me. I'm one of the resident horror fans, and I love Dead Space. It's one of the best horror games of all time. One of my favorite games. And you know, we've had a few games we had one game to try to follow in his footsteps that was actually by the developers of Dead Space. And this game, I mean, when we first saw it, I'm like, when I didn't know what it was, I'm like, is this Dead Space? Because obviously it's inspired heavily by Dead Space. The suit, the gun that transforms, the creatures, even like they look very similar to the necromorphs in Dead Space. This one looks dope. Bloober Team had a success on their hands last year with Silent Hill remake, Silent Hill 2 remake. So I know that they have the chops to do a style of game like this. This is looking like it's basically Dead Space meets Silent Hill, which Dead Space already kind of has some Silent Hill elements in it. In the original game, like the psychological horror, you're seeing stuff that's not there. So I guess I can't really say Silent Hill too much because it already had some of that in it. But yeah, it's a game about some time travel, something that's happened to humanity, and these things called the orphans are left behind. And they, like I said, they look very similar to the necromorphs, just these grotesque creatures made of like flesh and stuff. They even have a mechanic that's also kind of similar to Dead Space, where like it works a little differently in this game. Necromorphs could like see a dead body or like a dead one and like inhabit it and like make this new grotesque creature. And this one is like, if you kill one, if there's another one that comes around, like if you let it absorb it, it like turns into like a bigger, beefier version of a orphan. But yeah, it looks like it's got some puzzle elements, super heavy on the vibes. The game looks fantastic visually. What I've seen from it, like as far as gameplay, looks pretty solid. I will say I was watching the IGN preview of it, and they were saying that hopefully there's more puzzle stuff, and like because they felt like what they played was just mainly like a lot of slow walking and shooting, which that's kind of what these games are. Like it's, you know, I mean, Dead Space was very much like you wouldn't like a bunch of crazy moves. You could run like a slight run, turning around, and like was very tanky. So I mean, if it's drawn from Dead Space, I would expect it to kind of just be a lot of walking around corners and corridors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks solid. I'm intrigued in the story. That's the thing that's got me with this one. I really want to know like what happened. Like even in the initial trailer, you saw like this character called the Traveler. He's like sitting down playing chess with this woman, and I don't think she was actually alive. But it's like you have to go and recur like people, like they're something with memories of space travel.
You like
something.
basically take their souls, like you time traveling and taking people's souls back to wherever you are. And I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, so it's this story seems really intriguing. I want to know like how did all this happen. So yeah, I think it'll be a solid game. Hopefully, it lands somewhere like mid-80s. I would assume maybe. Like I said, I'm just hoping to going off the fact that Bloober Team had a success last year with the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm hoping that they can kind of keep that steam with this game. But yep, it also comes out soon, so we'll see here in just a little bit if it's actually decent or not.
Yeah, September got a lot.
Yep.
Yes, it
September does seem to have a lot. What's your last game, Devin?
Sword of the Sea. This is a game I actually didn't realize was also launching on PC at the same time. This game, of course, from the people that did Abzu and Journey. I played Journey. For what a short experience it was so fantastic. And it's like, it's one of those things where you finish it like, man, that's it. I want some more. Like, but it was such I love these style of games where this looked like it might be a little more gameplay heavy oriented than like Journey was. Because Journey was just really like an experience. Like there wasn't really much gameplay to it. But first off, this game looks absolutely amazing. You know, and I mean, in an era where gaming is dying and modern gaming is dead, there's nothing to play. You know, I guess, you know, you have a game like this that, you know, chooses the art style. But yeah, I'm just playing around. I just want people to realize like good art styles make games. It's not just technical like the fidelity of graphics. It's like art style. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a big like extreme sports guy. Like, for the love of hot Cheetos, please, EA, SSX, please. Why are y'all? I'm about to get mad.
Do you really want that back when they say skate not looking like all that?
I mean, I never was big into skate, but I just at least try one more time. If it's garbage, and I'll give it up. But
all right, okay.
SSX, I love Tony Hawk games. And I mean, this is just like some story-driven, I guess, experience where you're like riding on water, snow, sand. It just looks fantastic. And I'm really hoping that there's a lot more meat on the bone here. Like I said, mentioned earlier, compared to Journey, it looks fantastic. I don't know if there's gonna be any combat with the sword, or you just like he's really just doing the main character of Metaphor. He does the same thing. He just rides on a sword like a skateboard. But, I mean, look at that. Look at that steel frame. That looks freaking incredible, man. I'm done. I ain't gotta say no more, man. Sword of the Sea, man.
I think forward it's gonna to this one too.
Yeah.
And this game is coming out very soon, like August 19th. That's still like not quite 2 weeks, just slightly over 2 weeks, but still like not that far away at all. And this might be, if it's in the vein of Journey, if it can hit the same heights as Journey, it might be another. I feel like it's too. I don't know. I feel wrong saying that it's a Game of the Year candidate, but I feel like it'll be like a tier right below that. So,
if anything, like indie Game of the Year candidate.
Very strong chance of that.
Very much.
So,
well, I guess I would have to fight with Expedition 33.
Because that's technically an indie game.
Yep, that's
that too is an indie game.
On top of that, Hades 2, I believe, is wrapping up and about to release sometime. So,
what if? Would that be the first time? Like, if Expedition 33 wins Game of the Year, would that be the first time a game won Indie Game of the Year and Game of the Year?
Oh man,
that would be insane.
I know there's been candidates, but you mean like in terms of actually winning? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think nobody's ever done that before. Where it's just like, hey, we won it all, just everything.
Wait,
holy shit!
Real quick, does Baldur's Gate count as an indie game?
I was thinking that, and I don't know. I don't think so because I don't think it was nominated that year.
No.
Yeah. I think specifically Baldur's Gate, even though it's an indie company, they got the backing of like the D&D guys for that game. Like they basically were.
That's right. They got Hasbro.
Hasbro. They put money because if you play Divinity Original Sin 2, the game they made before this, and then play Baldur's Gate 3, the amount of finance increase is ridiculous. Like it's,
I know people have argued that Baldur's Gate, like, no, it's not AAA. No, that game is AAA.
That game's AAA.
Oh yeah,
They put money behind that game. Like the Wizards of the Coast was like, y'all finna make this game look good. They had like that's like their thing too. Like whenever they put their like a D&D property or something out there as a game, they up budgeted on purpose because they want it to be big.
Yeah.
Rakeem, you're up, bro. Man, what's your first game?
You already know what my first game is. Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changed. I've been down since like 2011. I done played every single game in the franchise. I'm gonna play this one too. It looked good. It's open world. They took the criticisms from the last game. Borderlands 3 had a lot of divisiveness within the community. The game before this, people didn't like the story as much. People didn't like the villains in that game. There were characters that people loved that were killed off. There were characters that were introduced that people hated. But the one thing I did like about Borderlands 3, the gunplay was still solid. It still felt good. Now, the one issue I did run into, and this is kind of like it being a forerunner of the genre of being a looter shooter and like how that works. One issue Borderlands 3 had that they're addressing in this game was that in Borderlands 3, getting really good loot was way too often. Like you get it way too often to the point where it didn't feel special. Like it would drop legendaries like candy. Like you get legends for pretty much everything. And because of that, it kind of diluted the amount of legendaries you got. They didn't feel special. They didn't feel unique. So in this game, they tend to kind of address a lot of those issues from the previous games. They've made the story a little bit more serious. It still has the comedy aspect Borderlands is known for, but toned down from when they were like a meme fest, because Borderlands had kind of turned to like this pop culture meme fest that people had kind of gotten tired of and dated the hell out of it. Because like if it was like all memes, once you get past that, if you play the game, you kind of just cringe at all the old shit they're talking about.
I'm sure the movie didn't do it any favors either, right?
The movies, man, probably not. I was talking about my little brother is also a diehard Borderlands fan, and he talked about how that movie set the franchise back like a decade. Like he was like, that's one of the worst things he ever. Crazy. He was like, man, that was one of the worst things they ever produced. And they announced Borderlands 4 the week after the movie came out. So that was supposed to be a tie-in.
Oh yeah, they thought they was doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't help. But everything I've seen from this game has been very positive, in my opinion. For one thing, this year specifically, I have never seen this much advertising for a Borderlands game. Like, as far as like getting in the hands of the public, the amount of trailers they're doing. They had a Game Informer cover. They had an IGN first. Like they're doing everything they can possibly do to get this game in front of as many people as possible. Which I mean is what the publisher's supposed to do. This is one of their biggest franchises, so I would do that, but it's very noticeable. Like recently, they started doing these animated trailers for character-specific ones, telling these individual stories, and they're pretty good. They showed one for, I think the most recent one was for the character Rafa, who's a new character in this game, and about how he's in this cybernetic enhancement program because he's handicapped, and this company allowed him to get in there. But then you discover why he's there, that the people who are in charge of that program really wanted to treat them like disposable objects, and created the cybernetic enhancers they got were designed to work when they die. So they would like resurrected like these zombie-like creatures, and he got attacked by them. It's a pretty dope trailer. Overall though, Borderlands, it's one of my favorite franchises. I had to put on the list. I'm a day one buy guy. I'm going to have fun with it. Everything I've seen from all of the development, videos, the hands-on, the new content, the new talent trees, the new characters, everything looks like it's on all cylinders, so can't wait to see it.
Question is, Rakeem, are you going to get the collector's edition?
No.
No.
What
I never buy collector's editions anyway, so.
I was going to say, that's
especially one that ain't got the game included, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, especially that.
I'm still scratching my head on that one.
It is wild. Rakeem, what's your second game?
All right, for the second game, I'm going with Outer Worlds 2.
All right.
Man,
bad knees.
Microsoft did everything in power to hold this game. I mean, we saw that gameplay demonstration at the Xbox Fest. We're like, man, this is one of the best ones they've done. They got these actors, the comic skits, and the variety of gameplay, how it's doing stuff for, this is really dope. And they were like, yeah, this is going to be the first game we introduced that's $80. And that's all anybody talked about for like 3 months.
Yep.
I was like, man, how could you hold this game like this? Thank God they backtracked on it. I feel like it backtracked on it a little late, but they backtracked on it. It's going to be $70 for people who don't know, because a lot of people are just like, I'm not paying that right. This was like one of the first times in gaming where I felt like the price increases got massive backlash. Like really, universal. I'm not paying that if it's that cost backlash. Like, we didn't want to pay 70 when 70 happened, but 80 felt like that was like Negro's breaking point. Like, no, I ain't doing it. I'm sorry, I ain't doing it. We'll see what happens when Call of Duty comes out.
I was gonna say real quick. I want to say, folks, keep that same energy for these Nintendo price increases, because paying more for a Switch that's almost 10 years old, fuck out of here with that.
That would be wild. That'd be wild. But now to talk about the actual game. Outer Wars 2, I played the Outer Wars 1. I have it on my Steam Deck. I liked it. I've been playing it like on and off for like the last couple months and been enjoying it. It's the closest thing you'll get to a Fallout-like experience. These developers worked on Fallout New Vegas. One of the godfathers of Fallout is one of the main developers of the company in Obsidian. So they have Fallout's DNA all over them. In fact, in a lot of the one-on-one developer like talks, Fallout New Vegas was a very direct inspiration for a lot of systems in this game, for how they did their class system, their talent system. Well, not class system, but talent system, and how they approached doing things from multiple angles. It seems like this game's big thing is like expanding on what Outer Worlds did, but giving more freedom to the player to create the type of characters they want to build and making more fun science fiction stuff in the games, more sciencey weapons. Like you saw, they have a shrink ray. That was in the first game. You can just shrink a dude down and kill him. They have a gun that creates like little tentacles on the ground that smack opponents. They showed like a sword that it's like a rhythm game. It makes like rhythm sound. If you hit a certain cadence with your sword, you do more damage. Just like way more interesting ideas in the weapons and the skills. We saw like the flaw system where you can choose to have a flaw and you like get a benefit, like the one with the old knees where you can sneak faster, but when you stand up, your knees crack and everybody hears it. That was the one that got me. I'm like, that
is genius, man.
Wow. That is genius. That's the type of stuff I want to see from like developers, because let's be honest, like when you get into like RPG genres, there's like usually some innovation in like maybe storytelling or characters, but like gameplay mechanic wise, that's a little bit of stagnation. So little things like that go a long way with giving your game its own identity. There's not a lot of games where you get flaws like that and you get benefits from the flaws. That's a really cool dynamic system that way. But yeah, I'm always down with sci-fi as well. So anything dealing with sci-fi, you know, I'm looking forward to it. The Silent Day also improved the gunplay. That was like a big thing. People said who played it, like the gunplay is better than the first game by a long shot. And I'm a feel-good gamer. If the game don't feel good, you lost me. So hearing that, and after playing Avowed, and anybody who played Avowed and actually liked it, not the haters, I ain't talking to y'all, who actually liked it, and most people who liked it liked the combat. The combat was fun and it felt good. If it's more along to that line where the combat feels good on top of keeping these deep RPG systems, I think this is a success. I hope this does very well. So I'm looking forward to it.
There are people that are calling this Obsidian's best game ever? Question mark. Like they're not sure because of course it's not out yet. But there are people that are like, hey man, this game has a ton of potential to be basically the peak of Obsidian. And I could see that, like, and that's one of the things that we've talked about on this show before, that like it sucks that games don't get a chance to refine themselves anymore. It's just, hey, if it comes out and it's not an immediate smash, 90 on Metacritic, we're not gonna come back to it. We're not gonna bother with it again. And Outer Worlds 1 came out and it was like, it was okay. It was solid. You have a lot of people that had a lot of complaints about it, but like it was solid enough for them to get a chance to do a sequel. And now they get a chance to refine the world and fix some of the flaws and make some changes. And I hope Avowed gets that same thing, because it does play really well and its world is really engrossing. It has like fascinating lore. And the only real drawback, it really is. The only drawback to it, I thought, were like the characters. And with some stronger characters and like maybe a wider world setting that they got more time to develop in the same way that they do with this, that could be another hit for them as well. So I look forward to this. I'm hoping that this is a smash hit, so Obsidian doesn't have to worry about like, oh, okay, are they going to keep us around? Because I mean, like Grounded 2 seems like it's going to be a hit. Even if it's not perfect, it seems like it's going to be a hit. And then this seems like it might be a hit. And Avowed was like a moderate success. And so like I think Obsidian is in quite a fantastic place, given like a generation ago, people were like, man, what's going to happen to Obsidian? We don't know. And they're really struggling. And like just getting the Outer Worlds 1 out was like a miracle at the time. And so like they've come a long way. Good for them.
Yeah. The big question mark with Obsidian right now literally isn't them, it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
Like how they're moving, you don't know what's going to happen. They could make a smash hit and might still be in danger.
Don't even want to think about it, man.
I don't want to think about it. That's the reality we live in now.
That is the reality we are in now.
It's fantastic, guys. It's the best game I ever played. Now get out.
Hey, they really much told that like to that. What company was that? The Hi-Fi Rush devs?
Hi-Fi Rush, Tango Game Works.
Yeah, they pretty much told Tango, like, hey, you made one hell of a game. Leave.
Get out. And the people that did Elder Scrolls, the new game is working on. This game, guys, y'all cooking. Now get out.
Cut it off. ZeniMax?
ZeniMax.
They're making a new MMO.
That new game they was making.
They said, man, they said the dude Phil Spencer we didn't want to leave the room. This game's so good, I don't want to stop playing it. They get out.
Leave this bill with me. Y'all get out.
I keep this bill. Shoot, I'm playing this at the house.
As much as I mean, like Phil he doesn't deserve a break. But at the same time, that came from above Phil.
It definitely came because
it's not all him.
Not an Xbox.
I'm not trying to give him a break, but I do think it's crazy that he probably was sitting down like, man, this game is amazing, and then he got the call like, yeah, they gotta go. But this game is amazing. They gotta go.
Pink slip, clean the office.
That's wild.
We gotta make room for AI. Fuck AI. This is not my problem. Like it ain't gonna make no good games.
It ain't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alan Iverson gonna come in and be like, man, my bad, y'all. I ain't expect y'all to get fired over this, man.
I'm not the answer.
I'm not the answer. I'm gonna keep doing that joke forever. I don't care.
All right, Keith. What's your last game, brother?
All right, my last game is going to be Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. That's a long ass title.
It is, man. It's a lot.
We just recently saw this at the Nintendo Direct, right? And the release date was revealed. Dragon Quest HD 2D 3 was really good. I actually delayed buying that game because I wanted to play this first and kind of play them in order. Man, I've been a fan of Dragon Quest on and off here and there for years. My first Dragon Quest game was Dragon Quest 8 on PS2. One of my favorite RPGs of all time. Nice. This game is fantastic. Hard as hell, though. Nice. Jesus. But fantastic. I think it's one of the best RPGs ever made, personally. So that was the one that got me into the franchise and like got me into the mindset of this is like the classic RPG franchise. Like this is the home base of Japanese role-playing games. Like this is Coke. Yeah. Like this is the foundation. So when you see Dragon Quest, you're in the mindset of playing something that's old school from a different time that, goes by kind of some stricter rules, but also feels very familiar. And I think that fits very well in a time frame when people are playing older games and have nostalgia, or playing more handhelds. Now we have Steam Deck and Switch 2, and now Xbox is going to have a handheld. I think Dragon Quest is like the perfect series for that type of environment. Mm-hmm. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the graphical expands, how the world design looks, the gameplay looks fun. And I mean, I just bought like a couple weeks ago Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters 1 through 6 on my Steam Deck. So I'm all in for like classic RPGs right now. So this had to be on my list. So I will be picking this up this year and try and get out. And I have no doubt this will review and do well. Also, Jesus, that studio is working their ass off now.
They are.
Man, they are.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, that whole section of them, they got their own Twitter account and their own division, Creative Studio 5. So yeah.
No,
this is working very well for Square. Like they're doing the HD 2D remakes like no one else is. So this might be something that they should stick with for a while.
By the way, fuck all that number division shit. I'm still calling them Team Asano.
I hear you. I hear you.
Like I'm tired of. I don't know what it is over there. I don't know if it's all Japanese studios. In fact, I know it's not because Sega let RGG Studios keep their name. But like I don't know what it is between Square and Nintendo trying to steal the names of the studios and shit and just basically make it so it's just a Square game. Like no, somebody with an identity and a vision made these fucking games. Like cut this shit out. So setting that aside though, Dragon Quest 3 HD2D, I've played a little bit of it. It's interesting you say you wanted to play them in order, Keem, because that is the chronological order, obviously 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah,
but in storyline, 3 is
for prequel.
Yeah, it's like 3, 1, 2 for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing a little bit of 3 just to see what it's. I mean, like it's very. Like Keem said, this is you going back to the basics with that.
Going back. They went
even as a remake.
They went the Devil May Cry order.
The Devil May Cry
3, 1, 2.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too, Devin. Like Devil May Cry.
I don't know what inspired them to work like that, but I guess they was like, hey, let's just go back and tell the beginning of the story with 3. But yeah, I mean, like you really are. Even with it being a remake, it's still like, man, I'm playing the RPG basics, and it is fun to go back and see what they have to offer. This does look great. Team Asano is in a great position right now. And also, while I'm here, I'm tired of hearing y'all whine about HD2D. Just shut up. It ain't that many of them. You know, every time it's some of y'all just want to be different. Like y'all not fooling me, man. Like y'all, I just don't like it. And why are they making so many of these? And why can't the backgrounds look all fucked up and shit? No, it's okay. They came up with something that looked cool. Just let it look cool. And it ain't that many of these. It's only like 5 or 6 of these, period. But ain't nobody got nothing to say about the fucking Souls likes when it's 1 billion of them and the 8,000 trillion Metroidvanias and all them goddamn farming games. Nobody got nothing to say then. But the HD2D, now y'all got something to say. No, just let the shit be cool. And if you don't like it, move on. It ain't that many of them.
Talk to these. I ain't finna say the rest.
You already know.
I'm sorry, I just got upset. Like coming out of the direct, they had Team Asano had their 2 little games. You know, they come out with a game just about every year. They had Octopath Traveler 0 and the Adventures of Elliot. And I saw some people like, oh man, I can't believe they're making some more of these. And are people not tired of this look all yet? And I'm like, no, because there ain't that many of them. Like, what's there to get tired of?
Right.
Yeah.
Like only a handful of studios have even tried to emulate the HD2D style in the first place. So like just let it go, bro. Speaking of remakes though, my first game.
Go ahead, bro.
You already knew what it had to be.
Yeah, I already knew.
Yeah. It would have been on my list, but I think it'd be on yours too.
Same with me, bro.
It is fun to see this. Like I've never gotten a chance to play Trails in the Sky. Which is the first in the Kiseki/Trails franchise. This is the very first game. They're remaking it. And, you know, it's the remake of the 2005 game. And we're going back to the basics. This is going to be my biggest complaint right now is that I wish this game was getting marketed more. Yeah. Like so far, the marketing has been a lot of this. Like a lot of the character trailers, they're showing you the characters. And I mean, like, to be fair, these trailers are fairly detailed. It's not like they're short. This is like a minute-long trailer, a little over a minute. The Tita trailer also dropped not too long ago. That was a little over a minute. They've done trailers for like the individual cities that you go to. They did one for Roland. They did one for Zeiss. I think they did one for another city as well. But yeah, they've been doing a lot of these trailers, but I wish they had just like one concentrated story trailer or something like that. Because like if you don't have that, it was hard. Like I wanted to recommend this to my cousin who also plays a lot of JRPGs. And I just had to go back and show him the trailer from like 7 months ago. And I'm like, no, just give me like a game overview trailer that I can show somebody. Like, I wish y'all had that. And I definitely wish it was at more. I wish it had been at the Nintendo Direct. Hell, they was wasting time with all the other bullshit. They could have made some time, 2-minute trailer for this. And you could have gotten it in front of more people. Because it's such a massive franchise.
Yep.
That's like, I think it's on game 13. With game 14 probably being announced this in like either December next month or in December. Yeah. It's such a massive franchise, and this is the best jumping on point. Like there won't be a better one. Like it's the beginning of it all. Like I like the fact they got first chapter right there at the front because it's like, hey, where do I start? First
here.
Start here. So
here.
But yeah, I really do love these games. It's not just it's a very classic style JRPG, but it doesn't feel like dated. It feels like I'm playing like a 90s style RPG, but without like all the 90s cruft of like, hey, you don't have a map and, you just kind of figure out and you have to grind your way through shit. Like, no, it's not all of that. So they do have some modern, quality of life type stuff, but the story and the vibe of it still feel old school. and just the world. This is probably one of the most enjoyable worlds I've ever sat in and experienced. The story and characters, and it's just like, oh man, there are a lot of games where you play them and you're like, man, it's fun to play. I wouldn't want to live here. This is one of the few worlds where you can play it and you like, I can vacation in this motherfucker. It'd be nice. So
in the Berlin, I ain't going to.
I go to Calvert. You go to Calvert.
Calvert Central.
Just a little terrorism over there, but where is it? Where is it there terrorism? Whatever. My second game is a Digimon story.
Okay.
I did not expect to like this as much as I did. I've always been a Digimon fan for the anime. Video games, I've never really been huge on Digimon. They look okay, but they always look like sevens. They just look like, okay, they look like the type of how they used to describe sevens back in the day. Like, if you're a hardcore fan of this franchise, come play it. Otherwise, you could pass. Yeah. This game looks like they've put a lot of work into it. Just the fact that there's two different worlds, the digital world and the human world, but like they've developed the digital world so much in this game. Like, you can see like the amount of love and care they've put in detail they've put into the digital world. It's funny that now they're showing it. They're not showing as much of it, but like in the Bandai Namco showcase, they showed like I think 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay, and they showed a lot of the digital world, and just the fact they put so much work into like customization and like the different ways that Digimon can evolve, and then you could develop their attacks and whatnot. Like, if this game is and I mean, it looks great as well. Like, you can see like all the different environments. If this game is as good as it looks, it may be the first legitimately good Digimon game in a long time. And hopefully without them having to do, because I think Cyber Sleuth, they had to go back and like add some stuff to it and fix the graphics and some other stuff. Because wasn't there like a secondary version of that?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I think that was that a sequel?
I think that was a sequel.
No, Digimon Cyber Sleuth. They added.
What was that one before? What was the game before Cyber Sleuth?
Yeah, there was, but I mean, like, I think there was a Cyber Sleuth, and then like some kind of Cyber Sleuth improved version. I'm blanking on the name, and I probably should have checked on that. But I mean, like,
day before my birthday too.
Hey, there we go.
I actually got Cyber. Not bought it, but I got it on PS Plus like a couple months ago and played a little bit of Cyber Sleuth. It wasn't bad.
And that's the problem. Most of the time, it's like, it wasn't bad. It's just, it's not really grabbing you. But this one has potential to grab me. Like I said, I love Digimon. I've always loved how insane the designs are. Pokemon, people be complaining about Pokemon, like, oh man, how did this little pet turn into like a giant two-legged creature or whatever? But like, this be like, hey man, what if this little creature turned into a giant angel with guns on his shoulders and swords in two hands and all this? Is like, why the fuck did you make this? Like, it feels like the designs were made by like especially talented 14-year-olds,
all the OCs just like
all those. It just feel like somebody OC every time, and I fucking love how ridiculous it is. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope it's a fun game. October 3rd, hopefully I'll have cleared out. I won't have cleared out trails by then, but I'll be fairly deep into it. I hope enough to start this.
Yeah.
And my last
cool
game,
to see a kid turn into a Honda Accord with samurai swords.
Honda Accord with samurai swords is crazy.
Wow, is it? That's not too far off. The cats. I mean, like, Gatomon transformed into a literal angel.
Angel woman.
I don't know why they did that, but they was like, hey, why not? And then like, hell, Patomon turned into Angemon. That didn't make sense either. It's like, what is this flying pig? And then I was like, hey, well, next up, Angel. Okay.
You have Terriermon evolve into like a bigger Terriermon with gun hands.
With gun hands.
What was the cactus with the boxing gloves? What was his first one?
Togemon, yeah.
And what did it was like the little
it was like a plant. It was a little plant.
Like a plant.
Okay, so that was the one I thought, okay, that one makes sense. I can see that one, but the other one is like, nah.
Then it turned into like a hot, sexy plantmon or whatever. So that was kind of weird. It's like, all right. I've got two more. One of them I would have been my third, and then I changed it, and we'll talk about it in just a second. But first, let's talk about Yeah. Super Robot Wars. Look, man.
Robot Wars.
We fuck with some mechs over here. Like, it's just straight like that. We fuck with some mechs. I played the shit out of Super Robot Wars 30 and didn't finish it. I think I invested 40 plus hours in that game and didn't finish it because it's just so much content. And I'm excited to have this come back, and I'm going to invest 40 hours into this and probably not finish this because they be long as hell. But I love every second of it. And the coolest part, like, this is the ultimate. I don't like the chibi design, so I could do without that. But outside of that, and even that's got better over the years. Outside of that, these are like the ultimate fan service for like hardcore mecha fans, like the real I fuck with some mecha. Because not only do you get to see the characters work together, you get to see them interact, and you get to see them interact in ways where it's like, yeah, that seems like what that character would have said to that other guy. Like anytime you like. It's so many moments where you get to see a character just dunk on somebody and you like, fuck yeah, I was waiting for somebody to tell that bitch ass motherfucker that the whole time. Like, there's so many moments like that in Super Robot Wars. And so I'm excited to have this. I cannot believe that we live in a time period where this is possible. When I was younger, that was always the conversation, like Super Robot Wars was the coolest shit ever, but it was never going to come over to the States because there were so many rights issues, because so many different studios owned all the different mecha anime, and so they were never going to come together and allow this to happen. Now, for sad reasons, that has changed, but I mean, you do get something positive out of it when we get a chance to play these. I know that they're going to have Witch from Mercury in here. From the looks of it, I think that was Get a Robo Arc, I think, in there. Yeah, Get a Robo Arc. And then like you saw G Gundam in here. Macross Delta's gonna be in here. Yeah, Mazinger, of course.
Shoot, they even got Jam Project in the trailer. Shoot, let's go.
Oh, well, I mean, that's them. That's them all over. They love doing some Super Robot Wars. So this should be fun. Get a chance to play this. It does seem like they're embracing the super robot side. Like last game had a lot of real robot, like more of the realistic grounded ones. And then we've got Gundam Wing in here. I think it's Endless Waltz. So
my favorite
design. A little bit of everything. So
you definitely got me with that one.
This looks very similar to Iron versus Saga, like the art style. I mean, it's kind of the same concept, but like the art style looks super similar to that game. Mashup mech fighting game that came out earlier this year.
Yeah, they got it from this
Iron Saga versus.
Yeah,
and this is coming out, I think, at the end of the month.
Oh wow,
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, because the fun thing about these is always that
Godzilla.
sometimes they'll throw some extra characters in here. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, okay, it's at the end of the month. All right.
The fun thing about these universes is that they basically take place in some kind of strange crossover world where all the stories are happening at the same time. And they all get to interact, and then they all kind of help each other get through certain moments in their like key history and stuff. And the only downside that I hate, because the last game did this too, I just bought it late, so it didn't matter. They do have like generic music in there, but if you can like get the premium song edition, like as you're having battles, they like play the opening theme to each mecha's anime in each fight, which is really cool, and it kind of makes you even more of a mecha fan. Like they're a mecha anime that I like now that I didn't even know about because I played Super Robot Wars 30, and I'm hoping that I get the same kind of vibe off of this one.
I'll just make the slight comparison, even though I know this game predates it, but this is kind of like Project Cross Zone for mech fans.
Yep. That's exactly right. The last game, and this was going to be my third one. The reason why Crimson Desert is not my third one is exactly what you see in its title. Release window announcement. It's supposed to be coming out this year, and there's still no date for this freaking game. It's still talking about a release window. And I'm on Terrence's side at this point. If this game is not shown off at Gamescom, then there is no release this year. It's coming out next year, because I just can't imagine you being like, hey, come pay $60 for a game. When's it coming out? Oh, next week. Like, I don't think you can get away with that. So
no. You cannot.
Like, we've only got a select few months remaining, and they still haven't said anything. Now, watch me talking all this stuff about them. Watch next month. Watch tomorrow. They'll be like, oh, not tomorrow, but Monday. They'll be like, hey, this game's coming out November 3rd or some nonsense like that. It's like, oh, yeah, of course. After I talked all this shit. But This game does look great. I didn't draft it for Fantasy Critic, and I don't think I will, just because of the troubling things I've heard about the control system, that while it does seem fun, it's almost a little too complex. And while that may be fine for like people that love complex games, that may not hit for reviewers. And quite frankly, it may not hit for a lot of casual fans too. They might play it and be like, there's too much going on here. So we'll see. I'm going to check it out regardless, but I do like these fantasy environments. It is cool to have something that is doing something that's not medieval fantasy, not strictly medieval. And there's so much going on in the world. Like, that was the thing we initially noticed about this game, where it's almost like too much going on, and it feels like it can't all be done. But then again, they're pulling from like an MMO. And a lot of the stuff that they're pulling from, I imagine they could probably reuse a couple assets, or at least they can reuse like the ideas, and they don't have to come up with everything whole cloth. So who knows? I do hope this game turns out to be, for me, I still won't feel bad for not drafting it for Fantasy Critic, but I do kind of hope that this lands in like the mid to high 80s, so like 85 to 88. That would be like the ideal. If it lands at an 84, I'll still consider this, or 82 to 84, I'll still consider it a massive success, because like they don't even make a lot of games like this anymore. Just like gigantic open world Western RPGs, like that's not as common anymore. Like even Avowed, like that was a very small, and it wasn't open world, it was open zone. It was very small compared to something like The Witcher. It's like, I don't know, like even though those games tend to be a success, it's like a lot of studios are like, yeah, but they tend to be expensive, so we don't want to give them a try.
They'd
like,
be expensive and long development cycles.
Yeah, you're talking about a game that could cost you hundreds of millions and take you 7 years, and if it don't work, I mean, like, where are you as a business? Yeah, you might be bankrupt.
You're gonna be at the house.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sell your shit. So I can understand why. I guess I can understand why a lot of studios are like, we don't want to take that risk. But yeah, this would have been my third. I just don't believe it's coming out this year. I think it's gonna get delayed into like probably early next year. It has the feeling of a game that's like, you get a trailer at Gamescom and then they tell you it's coming out in January or February. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna wrap this week up. This is a lot of really cool games. I hope the people watching, I hope y'all saw something that you liked, something that you didn't know about before, or something that you knew about, but you were like, man, I didn't think it was gonna look that cool. I'm excited to check it out now. I hope you saw something that you liked. If you're new to us and like this episode, I need you to hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and do me a personal favor. Have an excellent week. Peace.